Welcome back to Podzilla, everyone. This is the show where we talk about every single Godzilla movie in order of release date. No, that's not us. I'm Jasher. This is Mykah, my brother.
Oh, we're doing it.
We're doing it. We're not coming to every movie in order of release date. We've done that all before. We've got 5 years of episodes, but we are currently in Podzilla Raids Again, the theme where we are heading back and watching Godzilla movies, maybe for the first time in 5 years, where we're seeing some of these things we're going to be covering in the next 4 episodes.
I feel our audio equipment degrading back to its state 5 years ago.
We don't want to talk about that.
To our 2 lapel mics connected to an iPhone.
5-year-old Jasher not knowing that noise cancellation was a filter in Premiere Pro that I could put on after recording.
Hey, I don't know why 5-year-old Jasher would know that.
five Jasher from 5 years ago. 5-year-old Jasher didn't know that. 21-year-old Jasher also didn't know that.
It's good to be back. I feel like we what was it, after 2 seasons, maybe 3, we exhausted the catalog of Godzilla movies.
4, man.
4? It didn't take 4.
3. Yeah, 3. You're right.
Wasn't it 2?
No, we did 3. We finished all of Godzilla by the 3rd season because Monsterverse just goes on forever.
Yeah, it never stops. -1, -2, whatever's coming next.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're going back to our roots.
Yeah.
This is what Podzilla was meant to be.
I mean, not but a moment ago. Not but a moment ago, Mykah. Me and you.
But a moment?
But a moment. Me and you were on my couch watching Godzilla.
Oh, baby, the good old times.
54. I liked it.
It
was a good movie.
I was surprised by it, but I think it was a fun time.
Yeah, very different. Very different. No.
What would you rate the movie?
that's me doing a bit of how our first Podzilla episode ever began.
I've so intentionally. I'm not the type of person to go back and listen to past recordings of myself or episodes that we've done. I went back and listened to that first episode. I don't know how it's 40 minutes. I don't know how we don't talk about anything.
No
fat. No fat.
Fat-free episodes.
Cut all the fat.
And now our episodes nowadays is just half the time us making fun of each other.
3 times the length of the episode. 5 times the length of ripping into each other.
But I'm excited for this theme. I mean, what have we done so far this season? Big lizards, box office giants, the little guys. And then, this is Podzilla Raids Again, where we are exclusively covering movies featuring Godzilla in some capacity. Godzilla pops up. We're talking about Big G. Mothra, get out of here. Rodan, get out of here. Half human, beastman, snowman. I don't want to hear about him.
I was looking forward to another little Mothra flick, but that's okay. I'll do that in my spare time.
She can be there if Godzilla's there. That's the rules.
Okay.
So I think there might be a handful of things Godzilla makes little appearances in that we never ended up covering back in the day. But I think for the majority of these, we might end up rewatching films that we've already watched and talked about before, which I'm kind of excited.
Which is fair. I don't think unless it's been like at a movie marathon that we've been to or a special cinema feature, I haven't watched any of the Godzilla films on my lonesome.
You haven't?
So,
Mykah.
This is me coming into my true self.
This is you. This is you outing yourself to the world right now that you do not watch Godzilla movies in spare time.
Do you?
Yeah.
When was the last Godzilla movie you sat down and watched by yourself?
I've seen -1 a couple times since it came out.
I'm talking Showa era.
I went to the movies to see Mothra.
No, movies doesn't count.
You mean me sitting
outside
down
of cinema
on my couch, putting on a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just you,
I
popcorn, and the big G.
I haven't. I actually haven't. I need to start doing it as well. This might inspire me. I mean, I've got the Criterion collection, the box set for all the Showa era Godzilla films. And I mentioned it to you before we watched, but I was like, maybe I just leave this box set out and slowly get through these over the next little while. Because
even just, I feel like I need to get more comfortable with movies I've seen, just having them on in the background while I'm doing stuff.
There you go.
Maybe Godzilla's that type of franchise for me.
Maybe it is. Don't need to read the subtitles. Get them out of here, you know. Mykah, because this is Podzilla in 2025 and we do just talk about nonsense for half the episodes, what have you been doing? I've hardly seen you in the last 2 weeks.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
This week I've been on night shifts. 4 in a row. The 4th one is tonight.
Straight after recording.
I woke up at 4 p.m. after a night shift. made some dinner, came to your place, had a second dinner, watched the movie, recording, and then straight back to work.
This is just the Mykah has no time propaganda. You're
No,
trying to
because
feed
I
into
actually
everyone's
have
ears.
done a few things.
Whoa. And I'll just remind you guys as well, if you're listening, if you don't want any fat, you can jump ahead. Check the chapters in your podcast catcher of choice.
If you want to feel like you're watching Podzilla Season 1 again.
Yeah, if you want to feel like you're listening to the original show, you can skip to the Godzilla talk. But if you want to hear about Mykah, the spring of Mykah right now.
We need to make a Season 1 cut of each of these episodes. That's just 30 minutes, just the movie, nothing else.
Yeah.
I've been good from a multifaceted point of view.
What? Multifaceted?
Yeah.
Okay.
Theatre practice going on in the background, which takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
I've been playing my games. Nearly finished Alan Wake 2, which we've been playing for months now.
Mm-hmm.
But I started the glorious, the unfathomable Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Okay.
You don't know the reverence I have for this game.
Hollow Knight, the little roguelite platformer with all the bugs, and stuff.
No, it's not.
Little cute bug puzzle game.
For most of you out there who probably don't know this, so we have our Podzilla Discord.
Oh, the Discord.
I think in 2019, 2020, I ended up starting streaming on Twitch. I became a little gaming streamer for a little while.
This is the lore of the Discord.
Played a whole bunch of games. Hollow Knight was one of my favorite games I played on it. Super fun Metroidvania that I 112%ed. I did everything you could in that game. And the current Podzilla Discord started out as that Mykah Guy Twitch channel Discord.
Yeah.
That I sneakily changed the name of and rebranded.
And then subsequently hardly show up at anymore.
Hey,
you've abandoned your server.
No, but it's funny because there's at least 20 people in the server from my streaming days that just have no clue.
Shout out to all you guys.
Still in.
You're just lurking. You don't even know what's going on when you join.
Silksong is the game that in every Nintendo Direct, in every Xbox game showcase, there'll be people in the chat just spamming, when is Silksong coming?
Is it a brand new game?
It's a brand new game. It started out as a DLC.
That's what I thought.
For the main game, and then over the course of 7 years, they just turned it into a full sequel. Crazy Metroidvania. Crazy hard, crazy good.
Metroidvania, not a roguelike.
Not a roguelike or a roguelite.
Are they different?
The closest thing to a Metroidvania you would have played is Kong Survival Instinct.
These names mean nothing to me. Metroidvania, Kong Survival Instinct, which was side-scrolling, open map that you revisit places.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially the same, that mixed with Dark Souls. Very fun game. I feel like I'm halfway through, but I know I'm less than a sixth through at the moment. It's huge. It's good. On the movie front,
You've been watching things?
I've been taking what feels like nightly trips to the cinemas.
I could open up my phone right now, and I received a message from Mykah this week, ladies and gentlemen, when he was saying, "You're talking to movie a day, Mike. Movie a day, Mykah." I don't think you've stuck to a movie a day.
I think I've stuck to at least an average of one a day.
That's crazy.
What have I watched recently?
That's
I've been.
That's pretty multifaceted, if you ask me. Of you, very multifaceted of you.
Thank you. I've been seeing a bunch in the movies. I saw The Roses, Benedict Cumberbatch, and
Olivia Colman.
Yeah, it was all right. It was enjoyable. I saw One Battle After Another. Peak. Saw Smashing Machine.
Peak. Yeah. The Rock.
A lot of sweat.
Is he actually goated?
Incredible amounts of sweat.
Uh-huh.
And then we've just been chugging away with a few things in the background. I've been keeping up with my Japanese animation, some Ghibli movies, Whisper of the Heart, maybe my favorite Ghibli movie to this day.
How are we pronouncing it?
It should be pronounced Ghibli.
Ghibli?
Yeah.
Because I've always said Ghibli. Are we Ghibli ban on the podcast from now on? Only Ghibli allowed?
What's the punishment?
It's self-imposed.
Self-imposed. If you
Ghibli-
don't, you
Ghibli
have to
ban.
watch a
You have to watch
Ghibli short film.
No, you have to
Out of
watch
the 50 short films that no one knows about.
No. If you say Ghibli, you have to watch the most recent 3D animated one. What is it called?
Earwig.
Earwig the Witch.
was going to have a sequel but bombed so hard that people have no faith.
We have to watch that if we
I'm going to.
Stuff up. Okay.
I'm going to. And also, just to shout it out, we were at our parents' place and our dad joined us for a watching of Kramer versus Kramer the other night. No clue what it was about, and ended up being like one of the most heartfelt movies I've ever seen.
This is so crazy. We're like, oh, we've got a night free. We're at the parents' house. Let's watch a movie. Mykah picks Kramer versus Kramer out of the blue. How do you even... Why was this on your radar?
You're talking to one movie a day, Mike.
Okay.
Like this week has no joke been me locking in after watching one battle after another. Going through all of my Letterboxd like lists and watch lists and being like, okay, let's actually make a game plan here. I've added so many things to my watch list. I'm locking in Jasher.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
I have heard this a million times.
I know.
I have heard this a million times.
But this is the point of change. This is where I actually start trying to become have some media literacy and know what movies people are talking about.
I don't think after tonight where you watch Godzilla, you're not going to watch another movie for the next 3 days.
Dude, I have literally got something prepped and ready to watch on my Letterboxd watch list tonight.
I don't believe it. You're working tonight, Mykah.
Yeah, and hey, even if I don't get to watch the whole movie in one night, I'll watch 15 minutes so that it feels like a pressing matter.
Sick kid just dying in the corner of Mykah's...
And I say, hey,
watching a PTA film.
Hey, let's watch... I saw the devil. Hey,
some Korean horror? Wow, Japanese horror?
Can you imagine me rocking in at 3 a.m. to a kid's room? I've got my phone out watching something on my phone because I can't. I have to use every moment I can.
Paging Nurse Mykah. Nurse Mykah's not here. Movie a day, Movie a day, Mike's on shift right now.
Sitting with a little 2-year-old in their cot watching Punch Drunk Love.
Good movie. Oh, good
Haven't
movie.
seen it. It's on my watch list.
Good movie. I have been just watching bottom of the barrel stuff. I don't know why I did it to myself, but I watched Hobgoblins 2, the sequel to everyone's favorite episode of Podzilla, the movie we covered a couple episodes back, Hobgoblins. Everyone loved that movie.
Everybody watched it. It's our most watched
Everyone
movie to
watched
date.
it. I think it's our most listened to Podzilla episode. Everyone just had a blast. And I mean, Rick Salone, Hobgoblins, just loved by all. So I thought that I would check out the 2009 sequel film.
Yeah, there's no kind of whiplash as bad as seeing you rate Hobgoblins 4 stars and a heart to Hobgoblins 2 1 star.
It is just everything that is charming or a bit fun about Hobgoblins. Like, there was some funny jokes. The characters were real memorable.
Was there any reference to the phone?
Yeah.
What's her name?
So instead of calling up a hotline, Kyle is like joins like a online video chat group.
Oh no!
to call up Fantasia to give her his credit card details. It's so interesting because I think it's supposed to take place straight after the original Hobgoblins, but they've completely recast the entire cast. And half the actors are just terrible. The actor for Kyle was actually really good. He was pulling off those pink shorts. He was.
I don't know why people do that. Like.
And they just retcon everything. So none of the characters remember the Hobgoblins.
Oh, really?
Yep. The only thing that happened is that the old man blew up a studio lot, and MacReady, he was the only one that knew about the Hobgoblins. None of the others did. And they changed the Hobgoblins' abilities completely.
It's a wild take for a sequel.
So how the Hobgoblins work now is they're just creatures that can get summoned anywhere whenever you say Hobgoblins, Hobgoblins, Hobgoblins.
Ooh, a little Beetlejuice scenario.
And then what they do is they put you to the test. You've got a fear you can't get over. You got something you're afraid of. They're just going to help you out. They're going to show you your biggest fear, and then you have to overcome it by pure will. And then you've bet the Hobgoblins.
That's a crazy ability.
Wow. There's nothing that was in the first
I don't
movie.
understand why, as a director, producer, or writer, you would make a movie and then scrap all the memorable and entertaining parts about that movie.
The best part of Hobgoblins 2 is the main character. The main boy's like, oh man, I really got to visit my army friend Nick. I hope he doesn't make me do any hand-to-hand combat with garden tools. And then I think his name's Nick. The army dude shows up.
Wild throwaway line.
Shows up with two garden tools.
No, do they do it again?
They do like a little garden tool remake fight. But terrible. Maybe on a future episode of Podzilla. We'll see.
We're never gonna cover it.
I mean, it could be our second most listened to episode. The fans could show up for that one too. The other thing I've been doing is I said that I started a Stephen King journey. I'm reading through every Stephen King book. I've added to that journey that every time I finish a book, I'm going to watch every single film and TV adaptation of that book.
Wait, let me get this straight, just to be clear. After you finish, after you finish any Stephen King book,
yes,
you are then going to watch every Stephen King movie.
Yes.
After every Stephen King book, you're going to then watch every single movie. So you've read Carrie.
I read Carrie.
Then you're going to watch every Stephen King movie.
No.
Then you're going to read The Shining. Then you're going to watch every Stephen King movie.
You know what I mean. Movie a day Mike's getting a bit snarky on the show, guys. I read Carrie, his first book. So this week I've watched all 4 Carrie film adaptations.
Oh, I get what you mean now.
And then I'm going to watch.
I forget that there isn't just one movie for every.
There's 4
every adaptation,
and then Salem's Lot's the next one. There is 4 Salem's Lot movie adaptations. So that's going to be
cool.
That's going to be what I'm doing.
I like that,
and it's been fun. But 4 of the exact. Oh, one of them was a bit different, but pretty much 3 are the same movie. From like 10 years, a decade apart each one. It got a bit dull.
Have you just read Carrie so far?
Yes.
Which was your favorite Carrie adaptation?
The original, Brian De Palma doing the 70s Carrie. You know De Palma. Dun 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 dun.
Just don't even
the director of
Don't even start singing that.
The original Mission Impossible. He's got a lot of style. And the original Carrie is just so much fun. Then Carrie 2, The Rage, the sequel to that, was also really good.
Sequel to the original?
Yeah.
Hey.
And then the most recent 2 adaptations just stunk.
Because when was the most recent adaptation? Have they done one in the past decade?
I think it was 2013 with Ansel Elgort and Chloe Grace Moretz.
Ooh.
The crazy thing about Carrie is she's just supposed to be like so physically unattractive and overweight and unlikable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but then every time, especially in that one, they cast Chloe Grace Moretz, and she just looks incredible the whole way through it. And it's like, okay, we're supposed to.
Because what's the premise of Carrie? Is she supposed to be like a
super unlikable person who's been sheltered her whole life, got a like super overly religious mother who is pretty much abusing her, and she has telekinetic powers, and it's kind of throughout the course of the story she gets pushed to her breaking point and just
Stranger Things
goes crazy with it. Yeah, Stranger Things. But that's been me. I've been having fun.
Hey, fun.
Bad horror movies. It's my wheelhouse, and it's October now, so I'm allowed.
Yeah, you can embrace it even further.
Yeah.
All right, nice job, mate. Should we?
Yeah.
Get into the movie proper.
Let's get into the movie proper. But right before that, let's give a shout out to our Odo Island patrons. This is the movie where Odo Island appears. As soon as Odo Island popped up in Godzilla 1954, I thought of our supporters. Connor, Frogurt, Nerkles, Michael, Rich, Jacob, Sean, Ron, Matt, JB Spino, JB Mason, and Emma. Thank you guys for supporting the show as much as you do. Patreon.com/Podzilla if you want to help us out. You get access to extended episodes, and you can nominate movies to be covered each theme, and we'll get to that at the end of this episode, because nominations, they're opening.
We'll be open when this episode is up.
They will be. The park will be open.
I was going to make a Jurassic Park joke there, but I couldn't think of anything off the top of my head. That's okay.
It's not a Jurassic Park episode. It's Godzilla 1954. Should I just bring us into it, Mykah?
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Japan is thrown into absolute pandemonium when boats are capsized, islands are destroyed, all at the hands of Godzilla, Gojira, an ancient sea creature from the Jurassic period who was bathed in the bubbles of H-bomb irradiated water and has since turned into a gigantic kaiju. A paleontologist, Dr. Yamane, hopes to preserve the monster for study, but the nation demands Godzilla's destruction. He needs to be gone. We need to stop him at all costs. And as Godzilla rampages through Tokyo, destroying cities, chomping trains, breaking bridges, the desperate survivors turn to one Dr. Serizawa, whose devastating oxygen destroyer may be their only hope. With his invention too dangerous to live on, Serizawa sacrifices himself, along with the kaiju, leaving behind no trace of the monster known as Godzilla.
I wish I could be bathed in the bubbles.
You want to bathe in the bubbles of H-bomb irradiated water?
Yeah. Or even just bubbles in general. I could go for a little bath.
The amount of monsters in Toho's universe that have, in some way, just gained massive superpowers because of H-bomb.
It's all due to Hiroshima.
It is.
It all ties back to H-bombs.
But surely they have a story when it's just a guy, just a dude who's swimming in some H-bomb water. Maybe there's a movie called The H-Man. Maybe that's literally what that's about.
Honey, I grew myself. Honey, I shrunk the kids by making them swim in H-bomb water.
Man, it's so good to be revisiting this. I mean, this is... Well, it hasn't been 5 years since I've seen this. We revisited it, I think, before we did season 2, maybe before we did season 3. We've caught it in cinemas a few times.
I think this might be the movie I've seen the most, period.
Yeah.
At least it has been over the past 5-10 years.
I mean, Americanizations, King of the Monsters.
Different editions. Haven't seen Godzilla still, the Italian remake.
Or the Filipino one. I think there's a Filipino Godzilla movie too.
But we've seen this at a few marathons that we've been to over the past couple of years.
Yep.
Because if you're doing a Godzilla marathon, you gotta have the OG one in there.
For sure. And it's still, though, even though I've seen it like 5-6 times recently, when the music hits, when the opening credit crawl happens, and it's just the Godzilla, like...
The opening thumps.
Yeah, and maybe it's the army march, the military march, or whatever plays. It's just... Every time a track hit throughout this, every time we catch a glimpse of Godzilla.
It's become so iconic, every part of this movie now.
Man, it brings me back. Do we need to go back? Do we just need to... Why are we... Evil Dead 2? Hobgoblins, Mykah? What are we doing?
We have to go back, Kate. To Podzilla Season 1.
Tick off your Podzilla bingo card of Mykah saying we have to go back.
Because we all had that ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, it just made me like realize how much I love Godzilla and how much I love revisiting these movies and how much I love this show. And yeah, it's just the music and the tone of this one. No other Godzilla movie in everything we've watched in the 5 years, I think, has managed to recapture just the feeling of this. -1's gotten close. Like Return of Godzilla's gone there a bit. Destroyer. But just something about the black and white nature, like it being the first destruction scenes of a monster of this magnitude. The first look of, I think, is it Haruo Nakajima who's in the suit? Yeah, it's just so special and singular.
Yeah.
I just love coming back to it.
I think it's a good comparison to -1 because that movie, I feel like after almost half a century, nearly 3/4 of a century of doing Godzilla, you know, a lot of the feelings in that movie are quite engineered and like well done. The emotions that you get from that movie, seeing the main characters really struggling to get by, and in the force of Godzilla as a metaphor for PTSD in the background. Crazy stuff. This movie manages to do all that, but it feels really effortless. And I don't know if that's due to the fact that, you know, Toho at the time as a company was releasing like upwards of 50 movies a year, it feels like.
Yeah, because only a few years after this, they released their big like 1,000th movie, or at least 100th movie, the Three Treasures.
Yeah. Like they were honestly just pumping out movies, and I wonder if so many of the reverence for this movie comes from the fact that it doesn't feel rushed. but it feels like they weren't expecting it to be this huge, massive blockbuster milestone in movie history in general.
Yeah, and I don't think it really sunk in when we originally talked about it, but like just the landscape this came out in, like not even 10 years since World War II. And the fact that Ishirō Honda 10 years prior to this was actually like serving in the Imperial Japanese Army. I was doing some reading online and he was actually kept as a prisoner of war during World War II. So like this is a guy who's been out there on the front lines, like suffered so much destruction, so much like just tragic loss. And then like you can feel it, like all that feeling just seeps all the way through Godzilla 1954, and it really adds to it, just his lens. And I think before this he was doing like a few documentaries, real like naturalistic stuff. So I love how this is, he really just brings across the darkness and the tragic nature of loss and destruction. And
I feel like it permeates most aspects of the movie as well. Like even apart from the destruction scenes of Godzilla and seeing, the entire populace really mourning the loss of Japan itself. Like that one scene where you see all the girls in the school singing continues to break my heart to this day.
Still classic.
But even the quiet moments when you see Dr. Yamane in his room, that feels like quite a real depiction of, depression and not being able to connect with the world around you in the same way. Same with Dr. Serizawa. I feel like his hand and his experience touches every aspect of this movie.
And it came across this time watching it too, is that every character throughout this film, just the whole nation is coming up against insurmountable odds in Godzilla and the destruction he's caused, and every person has to grapple with like what should we do? What are we willing to do? What's going to be the cost for our decisions here? What's going to be, if we do what we're planning to, what's going to be the cost on Japan or this nation going forward? And I mean, we see the ultimate sacrifice in Serizawa at the end. But before we get into the characters and Godzilla and the underlying themes, Mykah,
take it off your Podzilla bingo card, Jasher saying. Before we get into it,
do that every episode, right? I was like,
we start a really good conversation, then you cut it short.
I just wanted to go back to OG Podzilla times, Mykah. We let a man have his nostalgia for a second. Didn't know what we used to do? We used to name the characters. We used to name the monsters.
This guy is going to be called Bob.
No. We're not naming them. They've got names. And you're going to name them for me, Mike, because you know them all off the top of your head, right? Main character in this Godzilla movie, what's his name?
Oh, he's the one I always forget. I feel like it's 5 letters long.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is.
Hey.
Ogata, there you go. Ogata, our leading man. Hot take. I don't think he's that good.
No, for me, he's the least memorable character.
I don't think he's compelling at all. And I remember us saying when we first watched these, like, oh yeah, but he gives like a classic heroic, like leading man performance. I am just like constantly let down by him. And this time more than any of the others, Yamane, Serizawa, even Emiko, those are the rest of the characters. Remember those names? Yeah. They just completely overshadow him, even with their dramatic acting and the what their characters are grappling with. And this guy's just like, oh yeah, what does he even do? What's his job?
Who knows? He is very much the straight man that everybody else is being played off against. And it's really funny because while everybody else has so many moments of, character realization, I can't really even point to one moment which speaks volumes about his character. Maybe when he's confronting Serizawa at the end, talking about his plans for using his experiments against Godzilla.
Or I also like how he brings that like young orphan boy under his wing. It doesn't go into
unspoken.
Yeah, yeah. But you see them bonding, kind of. They don't have any discussion about like the hardship this boy's been through, and he just doesn't try to help him out really at all, except for, oh yeah, we'll sort out his schoolwork. Yeah, we'll sort out. I mean, he just went through completely world-shattering traumatic event that will be with him until the end of time. You just go back to school the next day. Let's sort it out.
He does. You don't want him to lose his literacy.
His home got stepped on.
Yeah, crushed from above. That's no excuse to not hand in your homework the next day.
Ogata, throughout this whole thing, this guy's family's killed, home's destroyed. Oh yes, go back to school. Like Yamane's grappling with this decision. Japan's on fire. Oh, this might be a good time to ask Yamane if I can marry his daughter. Oh, this might be the perfect time. Literally flames in the distance, monster coming out of the water. What is this?
Yeah,
Who is this guy?
Sorry, bud.
There is that like little love triangle that I wish was delved into a bit more. I mean, what
I'd love to see why Emiko chooses Ogata.
Yeah.
There has to be a reason there,
I'll
right?
choose Serizawa. He's clearly the better man.
Haunted man with an eye patch.
Because what do you think of Emiko like in general as a character? What do you think of her?
Her name is Emiko. There you go.
Thank
you.
There
you go.
Thank you, Mike. I'm proud.
I really like her. She's good. She is a very kind and soft-spoken character. Yeah. But I feel like she goes a long way there. Even if she's quiet, she still tries to follow what she wants to do and knows is right. Even just the act of, spilling Serizawa's secret. Oh,
his secret?
Spilling his secrets to...
Oh, yeah.
Spilling his secrets to Doctor... Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm tired.
Let's do the rest of the episode like that.
Sharing Dr. Serizawa's secrets to Ogata. That takes a step of faith.
Yeah.
And you could say that it's done out of a place of fear for Godzilla and what the future is heading towards. But I think that she is quite a compelling female lead. Overshadows Ogata.
Completely.
Very much so.
Momoko Kochi, I think her actress is. And you're right. I love during 90% of the scenes in this movie, her eyes are just welling up with tears.
Yeah.
She's on the verge of crying. And does get to the point where I think she overacts a little bit. There's that scene when they first see Godzilla and she just trips up while running away and looks back and just like...
What gets me is when she first sees the fish in Dr. Serizawa's tank all being disintegrated by the oxygen destroyer. I don't believe she saw a single thing because she turned away and screamed as soon as they started bubbling.
In seconds. You see some fish turn to skeletons. Are you going to scream at the top of your lungs and look away? When you're in a tank, you're perfectly safe. You're in the arms of the person you were promised to marry.
It almost looks like she was looking for an excuse to just
burrow in there.
Get right into that crook of his arm. Yeah.
I'd get in there. Serizawa over
literally
Ogata.
me.
Literally me. Mykah, it reminded me of me and you, man. Start of this movie, Ogata and Emiko, I mean, they're about to go on a date to the string quartet, Mykah. And he has to go. He has to leave. He's got important work to do and she has to go by herself.
Look, I'm sorry that I've got a shift tonight after our recording.
This is me every time I message you and I'm like, Mykah, movie marathon coming up. Mykah, want to go to a trip. And he's just like, I'm sorry. I have a duty to go to.
Duty calls.
Drive off and I'm just there alone. So I felt Emiko. I feel her.
We have these conversations on the side of the road.
Yeah.
I always leave Jasher in the dust.
Sunset in person. I'm asking you to hang out with me. Yeah.
Dr. Shiwazawa.
We did pronounce his name like that for the longest time.
For months.
It was the Jadora thing before the Jadora thing.
Jadora Gamera.
What do we call Shiwazawa? Shirazawa. How do we even say that? Serizawa. Oh, I don't even know how to say it anymore. Serizawa. Like the most iconic character from this whole movie, and Akihiko Hirata has probably 20 minutes screen time, if that.
He is just a real famous actor in Toho movies in general as well.
I love him.
This is him being
guy.
given an opportunity to act his heart out. Wear an eye patch. That's all I would need to jump onto any role.
He's got in his underground laboratory that's just the most mad scientist thing I've ever seen. Multiple tanks full of fish ready to be burnt alive.
But see, it's played off well because he doesn't have any of the mad scientist tropes.
Do you see all the tubes, all the test tubes?
He's got a lot of test
Do you
tubes,
see
a
all
lot
the,
of
like,
equipment, a lot of tanks,
Those
a lot of
like
TVs.
electricity, what do you call them?
Yeah, free hanging wires, incredibly dangerous, does not pass OSHA standards. He has an eye patch, he has a trench coat, but he is quite a sweet guy, funnily enough.
He is, and soft-spoken and caring.
You don't hear any maniacal laughing.
No.
He's just an inventor.
And he has some character.
Discovering all aspects of oxygen.
He has some flaws. He has some inner turmoil. What does Ogata have? What does he have?
No flaws.
Nothing. He's just got nothing. This dude. Yeah, I love Serizawa in this. And I love how, I mean, we know the twist, but early on, it's that scene where Ibiko screams and sees something in the laboratory, and then we don't find out till later the extent of what the oxygen destroyer can do.
What do you think we're supposed to think is happening in that tank as the audience? Like, what could be so horrifying other than the fish dying? There's nothing else that could be happening there.
Maybe him like making them into monsters?
Oh, he created Godzilla in his basement?
That could have been it. Like, he's been doing some tests and he's the cause, not the H-bomb. Because you're right, it's like a twist, but what else do they expect us to believe other than him just murdering some fish? And those fish just look sad. There's one that's just lying horizontally, lying flat on the floor of that tank. Nothing in the tank. No sand to be seen. No nice little seaweed decorations. No opening, closing, bubbling chest.
I'm actually so convinced that yeah, that would have really changed the scene of things. I'm fully convinced that they built the tank in the studio, brought in a bunch of different fish, didn't do any research on whether they were freshwater, saltwater, dumped them in all together. They probably got like poisoned from the materials used to make the tank at that point.
There's so many of them. He has backup tank after backup tank.
It would have looked so cloudy.
They took it up over the coffee table up above his laboratory. He's got like fish waiting ready to go in the centerpiece of his table.
At any moment, he just loves to bring out his little remote control and fry some fish.
I'd love to like get a cutaway to the town like pet shop. Serizawa shows up like for his weekly
50
visit.
bags of fish.
Leaves just with a truckload of plastic bags.
Don't worry,
of
I'm
fish.
giving him to a good home.
We need a movie from that pet store owner's perspective where he's just like, where are these fish going? What's
My
this
business
guy
is
doing?
booming.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you, eye-patched man.
What does the oxygen destroyer actually do? Because there's a sentence that it sounded really crazy and I never actually thought about.
Okay. It takes all the oxygen
Thank
out
you,
of
Nurse
the...
Mykah. Yes, perfect. Keep going.
You so instantly cut me down.
What do you mean? What do you mean? This is good, nurse. You would have learned this at medical school. The oxygen in our
chemistry.
bodies.
This is chemistry.
Oxygen is in blood.
Oxygen's everywhere, Jasher.
So it does come into play when you're at the hospital. So this is nursing knowledge. You're scoffing at me like it's not something you should know.
It's just your tone of voice. Yes, Nurse Mykah.
It's because I'm like excited. I'm jumping.
Okay.
I'm taking down notes.
Yeah, let me repeat what was said word for word verbatim in the movie.
I'm taking down notes because at the end, when Podzilla finishes one day, we're releasing Nurse Mykah's medical handbook with every single bullet point of information you've given us throughout this
one page
show.
long. Oxygen is taken out of the water and the fish suffocate. That's step one.
Cool.
No more breathing for the fishies.
Suffocation.
2, all the oxygen in the fish's bodies are then broken down, causing their bodies to disintegrate and turn into fluid.
Liquidification.
Hey, nice. I've never heard you so eloquently pronounce a word before.
Now you're talking down to me. Suffocation, it's not going to happen a second time. Liquidation. Yeah, because I never
Suffocation, disintegration,
liquidification.
Yeah,
Those are the 3 steps. I've never thought about it that way. Like I've always known oxygen destroyer. Yeah, it just sucks the oxygen out of everything.
It just
kills
destroys
it.
the oxygen.
But it's really more than that. Where it does that, then it breaks it down and then just completely turns it into like water or liquid. So by the end of this thing, like those fish, the Godzilla is just absolutely nothing. Even his bones are
yeah.
gone by the end of the movie. There's no trace of him at all.
And I think that's one of the retcons they had to do for the future
When he turns into
Mechagodzilla
Kiryu.
movies.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, his body disintegrated, but his bones didn't turn into
That's
fluid.
right. Yeah. Or his soul didn't get liquidified.
That's fourth step, despiritification.
Despiritification. We didn't quite get there yet. Because I wouldn't like to see it, but Serizawa's whole thing is he's scared that people will get their hands on this and it'll be used as a weapon equivalent to the hydrogen bomb. Or it could be used to start more wars or kill people. People are going to get liquidified, right?
Yeah, imagine if you will.
Someone drops us on a city, everyone's just water.
Imagine Amityville, Amity Beach.
Yeah.
Instead of Jaws the shark, someone just throws a little oxygen destroyer in there.
Yeah.
Entire populace just liquidified.
It's like the Rapture, but just a puddle of water's left behind.
Yeah. This is what I want to know. Could he use it outside of the water?
Yeah. I don't know.
If it's in open air, does Earth immediately lose all of its atmosphere?
Does it destabilize the whole planet? Hey.
Sequel bait.
Yeah, it is sequel bait. Hopefully the -1 sequel will release an oxygen destroyer on a beach on the planet. The main character, Yamane. I've always loved Yamane, but I think I've been misremembering kind of what constitutes his character, because I've always remembered him as like he really cares for and loves the animals, and he doesn't want to see Godzilla just destroyed for our folly. He's the last remaining creature like this. But it's not that at all. It is that he specifically just wants to test. Science. We need to keep this thing alive just so we can scientifically test it. It'll be a shame if we can't put some needles into it and take some tests and do some scans and enhance on our,
Is this Nurse Jasher
DNA?
Talking?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, he's
very cold about it, whereas I thought he was a bit more caring.
I mean, it's hard when you do see those scenes of him sitting in his dark office, staring at his Stegosaurus skeleton.
Under the bones.
But like, it makes sense if you have this creature that has been preserved for potentially millions of years, holding trilobites from the Jurassic era in its footprints.
Dropping off sand that is tainted with radiation.
Ooh. Like, it makes sense that you would want to study that.
Yeah.
And it would be very, very useful for the future. But like, look, this is Mykah with 5 years of wisdom now after watching this show.
Okay.
What did Yamane think was going to happen? Like, what would be best case for Yamane?
Keeping Godzilla alive. Do it.
Tranquilize Godzilla and keep him
on an island.
On Odo Island.
Oh yeah, make Odo Island the skull island of the Godzilla continuity. Trap him in there. Put a dome on top. Isn't that what they do to Monster Island later in the Showa era? They that was best case scenario for him. Monster Island. He was a pioneer.
He was ahead of his time. Really.
He was 10
born
years.
A single decade later. He would be at the forefront of Son of Godzilla.
Oh, if only Yamane could see Monster Island.
Were there any real big takeaways you had from this movie watching it this time? Other than what you've already said.
I struggle with it a bit because I know this movie's so important, and the subtext of it all coming after Hiroshima and the pain that everyone in Japan went through, that like soaking through every character and every bit of the story. Godzilla himself being like the symbol of this massive destruction. It is so powerful. And it makes this such a standout film, like let alone like a sci-fi monster movie. Just I don't think there's any other movie that has like encapsulated the pain of a country like this has.
That's a bold claim.
I don't think there is.
Okay.
But that being said, it's not a Godzilla movie I like coming back to. Like I've seen it 5-6 times now. I wouldn't say this is my top 5 Godzilla movies. I don't think I'm a Godzilla fan because of this. And I think this is like pretty slow. There isn't a lot of the stuff I love about Godzilla in this movie. I don't think the characters, just specifically pretty much our main dude Ogata, are all there. And I think the elements that I love more later on, which is the crazy designs and creatures and destruction. There is a bit of that here, like the inception of it, but all that later on, all the fun stuff that comes with the genre, all the Jun Fukuda of it all that I fell in love with when I was a kid, all that comes in a bit later. So I really like this movie's special to me. But every time I come back to it, and I even think when I first watched it, like I came away being like, it's a good movie. It's not the best. And I struggle with it because it is so important.
No, I feel you. I think looking back at this movie now, I like it less than I do really appreciate everything that it's done. I still think it's like such an important movie for Godzilla, obviously, let alone the wider cinemascape.
Yeah. Like film history at the time.
Yeah, just crazy movie for film in general.
But in general, I think like -1, Shin Godzilla, probably better.
How dare you? I think, no, you know what? Hot take, I think that might be a take that a lot of people are potentially scared of saying. I think we need to be comfortable with the fact that it's fine if people don't like this first movie.
Yeah?
Like, even though it's a great Godzilla movie, it's not in my top 5 either.
Whoa.
Dare I say?
Doesn't reach Chibi Godzilla or Godziban in your top 5.
Yeah, give me Godziban any day. No, I mean, like you said, one of my favorite things about the whole Godzilla franchise is the fact that over so many decades, people have added to the mythos and added so many characters and been able to play with this original idea in so many different ways. But like, great point, Ogata as like a leading man. This might be an example of a lot of people like a 5-star that still has a lot of flaws. I know I've given this movie a lot of 5 stars. I think originally we gave this a 5-star when we first covered it.
I think I gave it a 4-star back in the day.
I don't think it's a 5-star for me anymore. Even though I still really do love it.
Yeah.
It might also be the fact that compared to every other Godzilla movie, this is one that I have just rewatched to death.
I mean, let's talk about Godzilla. Because from the moment we see his janky little head peeking over that cliffside on Odo Island, he has a real character to him in this movie. Like, he's scary, and it is terrifying when you see the seeds of the rain and him stepping on things, and the destruction is so great. Every scene when we see Godzilla silhouetted against just the flames, the city on fire, Godzilla there, just the complete absolute darkness behind him of that soundstage. It looks so good. It's so creepy. And him just burning down those pylons and picking up their train. So much better than the destruction in Beast of 20,000 Fathoms, which was a year before this. I think this was a step up for me. And again, this has caused like every kaiju monster movie we've seen since almost that's kind of replicated this form of citywide disaster. But I also do love how this Godzilla has character to him. There's a moment where like the big central clock tower is chiming and Godzilla's like chomping at it, not actually destroying it, but he's just getting so visibly like annoyed by this sound that he's chomping at it, trying to get it to stop. I think there's a moment later where he's swatting at something. I think it's the missiles going through the air, or the cool plane sequence later where you can see that they've practically like got the missiles on wires as they're fizzing past Godzilla. But I love how he's just swatting them like they're mosquitoes or insects. I could really feel this time through Haruo Nakajima's performance that this really is just a monster, a lumbering monster with no purpose or plan that is just trying to survive and react to the things around it. And he does kind of have a bit of that Godzilla character, that he is just trying to he's just trying to live his life.
Yeah, I think it works in with the themes of the movie really well. Like, he is a product of what's happened to him. He hasn't chosen to be radiated by the H-bombs. And at the end of the day, like, he is just a creature. If you want to go with Yamane's side, like, he doesn't have any nefarious intentions. The destruction that's happening isn't because he is some absolute menace of a, devil trying to just make life living hell for all of Japan.
Because it is tragic. I mean, the girl's singing, the mother in the streets with her kids. Like everyone's dying and so much pain's being inflicted onto the country.
But at the end of the day, like the scene with Godzilla finally dying to the oxygen destroyer, that's not a triumphant scene.
And he's kind of just resting upon a rock, and you just see him like look over his shoulder. And it's just the most like non-menacing animal-like response that it could ever be. Like he's just trying to exist, and then he's just completely liquidified, suffocated.
Which, I don't think the movie would hit the same if you had like a huge, I mean, almost like you would with something like, I don't know, Pacific Rim, like a final fight to try and get that oxygen destroyer close enough to Godzilla when he's trying to attack everybody coming close to him. It's an incredibly placid response.
Because at the very end of the film, it's like over the loudspeaker, someone's yelling out like, "What victory, what joy, Godzilla has sunken back into the oceans." And there's just no cheering from anyone on that boat. No, like, face that's not wet with tears.
Or even to the point of, like, there are some reporters being like, what a huge triumphant win this is for Dr. Serizawa finally defeating the beast. And Dr. Jimenez is just looking so sad beside him hearing that news.
Exactly, like Serizawa's
not
gone.
a win.
Also, Godzilla's gone, and Yamane is also, like, sad at that. It might be he doesn't care about the creatures for science, but still, it's like just the whole situation is just tragic at the end of the day.
Dare I say, I think that our view is also influenced by the fact that we have been Godzilla fans for so long.
And we've seen all the fun stuff.
We've seen all the fun stuff of Godzilla. I would love to see what this movie is like from someone who has no prior knowledge of it.
Because you're right, Godzilla is like, he's still...
Like, we say it's not a triumphant win. In the grand scheme of the movie, Japan is being hammered by Godzilla, and it is a win for their society defeating this giant monster.
Yes, and in the grand scheme of things, this is the Godzilla that does she dances on the moon. Oh, no, it isn't. It's the second Godzilla that does that. But it's the same character that's like dancing on the moon, is like doing thumbs up buddy-buddy with Jet Jaguar.
Yeah.
But at the very start of this film, we'll let know that for years Godzilla has been around this island and they've been sacrificing young girls to him. And he's actively like been eating the woman of this village, and it's been this ritual for them. And he is this like monster.
Like he is a beast. He is a beast.
The stuff he
Godzilla
does.
fans, let's be real. He is a menace.
Yeah, but I also just love that we did see that, you know, he is not spurred by any specific thing but us when we he steps out of the water. He doesn't even have a chance to do anything, and we're setting up Gatling guns and shooting him from like 100 feet away.
From miles to sea.
Something I noticed with the suit this time, it's so good whenever he stands up in the water. It still doesn't make sense how he's swimming and then goes to standing up to his waist at any point of the ocean.
I love that it's something that -1 addresses as like a main plot point.
Yeah.
He's just so buoyant that...
Yeah, there we go. Because it must be that, or he's just treading water the whole time.
Which I believe.
But I love how, because I think when you see photos of the suit from behind the scenes, you can see that there's little holes in the neck area or little points where Haruo could breathe through the suit. I love every time it comes out of the water, you see just water gushing out of his neck, like out of those holes. It's got, it's just the visuals. This is the start of everything. I love it.
The suit itself is real crazy. Something I learned this time is that I feel like, what was it? Around the time it was really hard to get your hands on a lot of the materials that people would usually use to make suits like this. So it was very hard to get your hands on rubber. So they ended up using a lot of like, what do they call it? Like quick setting concrete for the outside of the suit to get that look.
I cannot believe that, Haruo Nakajima in a concrete suit. Like having to rise out of water from lying down to standing up.
It's crazy. And even the design of Godzilla himself, like a lot of the look of him, especially in this movie, I read somewhere that pointed out, it looks like he has a lot of keloid scars, which is something that people get, but it was very prominent for burns, and specifically burns from atomic bombs for people who were in the area like around Hiroshima at the time.
Yeah.
They got a lot of bad keloid scarring, and Godzilla's skin looks remarkably like that. Just real cool influence on character design there.
It still is a bit off-putting when it switches between like puppet Godzilla or googly-eyed Godzilla and then the real good Godzilla suit as he's destroying things.
And then 2 scenes of trucks in stop motion getting turned over.
Can we talk about the most important scene of this film? The birdcage scene. The birdcage, Godzilla's googly eyes is looking through at us, the viewers.
Yeah.
Is that birdcage a normal-sized birdcage? And it's like point of view perspective, or is it a huge?
It's very uncanny.
It looks like the size of a building. Like this, they've got in Tokyo. They've just got this building size like bird sanctuary, something out of Jurassic Park 3 that the birds are just living in that he's looking through.
I think that scene has always been done.
But are we just like seeing it through?
badly.
Are we like in a person's room looking through their birdcage out the window at Godzilla?
No, because I've got the picture up here. Looking at it now, like the birds can fly through,
But they are that small.
but it's not a bird cage.
So it is
I
just
don't-
a huge like building bird cage. Is it not a bird? What is it?
It looks like a bird cage, but I don't think it is a bird cage.
A big playground?
Maybe it's like a little greenhouse. Who knows? Not me.
What in the world is this thing?
Weird. I don't know. Actually, that's never been pointed out.
It's like
to
one
me
of the set
before.
pieces of this film, and I've just never been able to figure out what it is, what we're supposed to think this thing is. Maybe it's a well-known landmark in Japan.
Just the giant bird cage.
The giant bird cage.
It might
Everyone
actually be
loves.
just like a little place for birds to fly in and out.
We've been. I wanted to do this like we did our original episodes, Mykah. Well, who's your favorite character?
Let's go Serizawa.
I'm Serizawa too. He's so good in this for limited time.
Limited time only.
Limited time only. I love seeing him on the docks, watching the boat leave.
And his little eye patch and bucket hat.
Yeah.
I want to do a little beachside Serizawa cosplay. How great would that be?
And then here is Godzilla's roar.
Got to
Wow.
get that in there.
I haven't
Nice.
edited a roar into an episode in a while. Maybe we need to go back. Don't say anything. Don't say it.
We need to go back.
Don't say it. I mean, do you have any more trivia tidbits there, Mykah? I mean, go on to final thoughts.
Not anything that we haven't.
We've already gone
covered
over it all before.
Probably the most interesting thing. This is a legend. It's unfounded. But there is a myth that director Ishirō Honda and special effects director
Eiji Tsuburaya?
Eiji Tsuburaya
That's another one I've just
Eiji Tsuburaya
said that wrong my whole life.
were
Tsuburaya. What am I? Can we just delete this show? Can we delete all of season 1?
there's a myth that they were on an observation deck on one of Tokyo's buildings trying to plan out Godzilla's path of destruction and where he was going to be when he's releasing his atomic breath. And apparently some visitors on the deck overheard their discussion and were so freaked out that they ended up calling the authorities about them. Being like, there are these 2 guys planning a path of destruction along the Tokyo streets.
Some sort of like bomb threat call or something. Yeah, that is wild.
Unfounded, but I want to believe.
They've got this huge map that they're just like drawing
Do an
fire.
X here. This
the,
is where we'll put the giant electric fence.
the beloved giant birdcage landmarks got fire all over it on the map that they've got. I mean, Mykah, we've talked about it. We've revisited Godzilla. This has been great talking about it, going back. But do you want to give us some like final thoughts of this viewing and give us a rating out of 5 oxygen destroyers?
Oh, I mean, we have to.
That's how we started, right?
That's
We were
how we
so
started.
simple with our rating systems.
Then it got to 5.832.
No, you made it go there.
I love it. Yeah, I mean, we've said it before multiple times in this podcast. It is such a great inception point for the entire franchise going forward. You can't have Godzilla without this first movie, and the amount of emotions at play during this movie is insane. And like I said, this episode, I think one of the things that really causes me to like it even more is that it feels a lot of times quite low budget, like they weren't expecting it to be a huge movie. Even the scenes of like, when the people are washing up on the shores of the island and all of the islanders are going to help them out on their boats. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if most of those actors were just islanders using their real boats to try and pick these people up. When you see the clip of the schoolgirls singing their song in the school, there are so many girls there. You know that they weren't paid. You know that a film crew went there and got them to learn a song. And
that one girl in the front just infuriates me to no end. 3 from the right in the wide shot. She is just not even singing.
Squat face.
Mouthing along.
But like doing any of those scenes now.
You're right. It's so huge.
Not that I don't want actors to be paid, but doing a scene like that now would cause so many. Like, you need to get a school worth of girls and have
that'll
them
be AI.
That'll
be AI. It'll be CG.
But the fact that they were able to do it at this time, and you just know that it wasn't like this huge event to try and get all these people in one place to do it. Yeah, I can't quite put that feeling into words, but I really, really do love it. Dare I say, Jasher?
Yeah.
4 oxygen destroyers.
4 out of 5 oxygen destroyers for Godzilla 1954. I'll probably go for a 4.5, 4.5 out of 5. I do really love this film, and it just feels so important. And watching it just again, like everything that we've watched since, how even films like, not to go like Oppenheimer, but even like bigger films that are obviously steeped in tragic events. Like, everything just kind of feels anything we're watching now with any sort of like historic subtext, I feel like it all was born here in some way. Like,
any film with historic subtext is born here.
Like, I think it sounds crazy, but like Ishirō Honda, who lived through this war, who was a prisoner of war, who was on the front lines, like trying to tell and get across that experience through a monster movie of all things. And I feel like we get it so much nowadays, from like Nope, that had some bigger underlying themes, to even like anything, any genre film that has some deeper meaning or cause for conversation. I don't know if it was done much before 54, and this really just amazes me. That it is, on the surface level, it's a Godzilla movie about this monster, but underneath it is just so much more and means so much more.
At the very least, monster movies. Like even watching The Beast of 20,000 Fathoms before this, that was just a monster movie.
There's nothing else there. There's nothing else.
But having like deeper meaning, and like you were saying, so much feeling and subtext and metaphors behind even the idea of a monster itself.
Yeah. And maybe it didn't influence all of cinema, like I'm saying, but it definitely influenced me, I think. Like, how I engage with movies.
Oh, for sure.
Like, growing up watching the other Godzilla movies, and then finally getting to an age where I watch this one and I'm sitting with it like, oh, this is like the atomic bomb, or this is like actually serious, or like just, I think this has done a lot for me personally, who loves movies, and just changed how I engage with the medium. So thank you, Ishirō Honda. Thank you, Toho. Thank you, Godzilla. 4.5 out of 5. Still not one of my absolute faves from the franchise, but it is so important. It's a good film.
I fully believe that I'd given this 5 stars before. Looked back at my letterboxd. Twice I've given it 4 stars.
And there you go.
Really thought I was going against the grain there.
History repeats itself once again. We've got a couple of letters in our mailbag from a couple of our favorite people, Mykah. Rich Jette, co-host of the Podzilla Wrap-Up podcast. Rich says, long-time listener, first-time emailer. That's not true. Rich Jasher the Carrot here. Oh, Jasher the Dark Carrot. He changed his Discord name because of the Dark Ones.
The Dark Ones?
The Dark Ones.
Wait, did you talk about that on the podcast?
Literally 2 weeks ago, Mykah.
I can't remember it.
Rich says,
wow.
Through listening back to the first 3 episodes of Podzilla for research, I've unearthed something. Jasher, the neat and tidy Podzilla host who never rates any movie on his letterbox using any of the half stars, used half stars. Jasher.
Can I just say real quick, you did just rate Godzilla 4.5 this episode.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it a half star on Letterboxd, but I'm giving it a half star for all the P-fans. Jasher rated Godzilla King of the Monsters from 1956 2.5 phenomenal stars out of 5. Love that we're going back to the beginning. Can't wait to see what the next movie will be, and can't wait for my nomination to win when it comes time. I rate this podcast 5 phenomenal stars out of 5.
Where did the phenomenal joke come from?
Something in Godzilla King of the Monsters. I can't remember. I used to give everything half stars on Letterboxd, and definitely when we started the show, every rating for movies, I was using half stars, throwing them out like candy. But then in the last couple of years, I've been like, I don't want to think that much about movies. I just want to give it a 1 out of 5 rating.
You heard it here. Jasher doesn't want to think about movies.
I've just talked about how much this impacted how I think about movies.
I remember that there was a few months years ago where Jasher was so depressed, spending every waking moment going through his Letterboxd backlog, changing his half stars to full stars.
It took some effort, but now I'm at the point where I rate things full stars on Letterboxd, but I can't just change and start rating things full stars on the show when I've already rated things half stars on the show. When we stack up our Podzilla ratings of all the times we rate things on the show, I can't just have our full stars outweighing the half stars. This is what do I do, guys? This is a problem. I don't have a solution for it.
Go back to half stars.
Maybe that's the answer. And lastly, we have an email from Frogurt. Hello, my favourite Kiwis. I hope it's a fine New Zealand day for you two. I thought I'd write in and tell you my experience watching and then rewatching the first Godzilla film. Around 10 years ago, when I started buying all the DVDs of the Godzilla films I vaguely remembered from when I was little, I found the OG 1954 film at the FYE in our now condemned mall. Going into it, I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it was a sight to be seen. This is where it all started. I thought the film was great, but I didn't pick up on any of the cultural significance since I was too young to grasp it. Cut to 5 years later, and I was locked inside peak pandemic times. So I decided to rewatch it. It got me really emotional now that I understood what the film meant and learned all the backstory of how and why it was made. I threw myself even further into my Godzilla obsession that had been ramping up for some time at that point, found some cool Godzilla YouTubers, and then a little podcast called Podzilla. I hope you two enjoy rewatching the film all these years later with how far you two have come with the podcast, and wishing you all the best with this new theme. I guess you didn't understand that this was our final warning. Give us the carrot cut between 2026 or we're refunding all of our Patreon subscriptions. From Frogurt.
Feels good to have done this podcast.
It does feel good. I don't know what that last sentence was at all.
Wait, what was that last sentence there?
There's nothing. There's nothing.
I guess.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah. Tell you what, we can make that happen.
The carrot cut before 2026.
Yeah.
Make something that doesn't exist happen. Thanks for sending those in, guys. I've been loving Frogurt hearing your backstories from watching these films for the first time. We'd love to hear anything from you guys. If you have any questions for us, any memories with these movies that we're going to be covering, just any comments about your journey with Podzilla or Godzilla or monster movies in general, send it in, podzillapod@gmail.com, and we'll read them out at the end of one of the upcoming episodes. And speaking of upcoming episodes, Mykah, we have had a tradition where in every theme we do 4 movies, the first of which we decide on together, Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then the second and third, a movie, I pick a movie and you pick a movie. And then the fourth is our community picks a movie.
And we flip a coin to figure out
And you
which one.
always want to flip a coin to figure out who picks their movie
Jasher,
first.
we're doing it this time as well.
We're not
Jasher.
flipping a coin.
We're flipping a coin.
We're not. No one can see the coin. None of our Patreon listeners can see the coin. They might be able to hear it. They can't see it.
That one just flipped. Give me a heads or tails.
But
Give me a heads or tails, Jasher.
I don't want to do this.
Give me a heads or tails.
I don't want to. This doesn't mean anything to the. I can just lie.
No.
I can just lie to our listeners.
Give me
right
heads
now.
or tails.
Heads.
Jasher, it was heads.
And our listeners won't know if that's true or not. They will never know if it's true. So I'm going to be covering my movie next episode, and they're going to have no idea. They're just going to have to trust us. Are you happy with your coin flipping antics?
Yeah, that I didn't lie about.
We don't know if you did or
Because
didn't.
we stick by the coin rules.
Great.
The coin is above all. We all listen to the coin. All hail the coin.
All hail the coin. My pick for next episode on Podzilla is destroy all monsters.
I knew you were going to do this one.
This is the big climactic movie from halfway through the Showa era where all of Toho's assorted monsters from Godzilla films and adjacent films and other kaiju media appear for the first time together to take on King Ghidorah. And when we got to this moment in season 1 initially, when we talked about this film, our mics didn't work, and it picked up all the audio on my iPhone, and it has haunted me for 5 years that the big Destroy All Monsters episode sounds like absolute crap. So this is the time where we're going to rectify it. We're going to talk about it in depth. It's going to be a better episode than the last time we talked about it, Mike. It's going to be way more fun. No one ever has to listen.
Way more fun?
No one has to ever listen to that first episode ever again, because this one's going to be so much better. It's going to sound so much cooler.
Okay.
Cooler.
We've planned some fun games for you.
Yeah.
Some entertaining, feel free to pull up your Subway Surfer on the side.
But even more than that, I think it'll be a cool one just for us to revisit as part of this theme, because it's got like literally all the monsters in it that we might not be talking about again otherwise.
And I've forgotten so much of this movie as well.
Varan?
No clue what happens.
Nanda?
Kamonga is in here.
Kamonga's there?
Yeah.
Mykah, the synopsis is, at the turn of the century, all of the Earth's monsters have been rounded up and kept safely on Monsterland. It's not even Monster Island, it's Monsterland. Chaos erupts when a race of she-aliens, known as the Kylax, unleash all the monsters across the world.
I forget there's she-aliens in Godzilla.
It's the she-aliens. I'm really excited to revisit this one. I hope you guys are excited as well to watch it if you're watching along, or listen to us talk about it in 2 weeks' time. Podzilla raids again, going strong into Destroy All Monsters next episode. And I will announce now for our Odo Island patrons, if you are at our Odo Island here on the Discord, nominations are open for the 4th episode of the theme, the 4th movie we'll be covering. So check your Patreon, check the Discord channel. You guys can all nominate your pick for what should be the final film in Podzilla Raids Again. A movie with Godzilla in it.
Yeah, this might be the most hectic voting ever. I fully believe that there are going to be some movies that don't have Godzilla in them that show up on the list.
Everyone twists around my words. So here they are, plain and simple. The criteria for your nomination is the film must feature Godzilla.
Yeah, but then there are going to be some people, like, if you turn the subtitles on, the word Godzilla is featured.
If they go to that end and that was...
So we're watching Zathura.
Is Godzilla mentioned in that?
No.
Godzilla must be featured, and it doesn't matter if we've talked about it before. There we go. Done.
Nice. Plain and simple.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, someone's going to do some wild shots at us.
Yeah, it's going to be messy. And then, just lastly, for Odo Island patrons and Infant Island patrons, stick around, because even though Mike has to shoot off for a nursing shift shortly, we are going to have a little bit of an extended chat about what our actual 5 favorite Godzilla movies are all this time later. We've got our lists. We're just going to fire through it off the top of our heads. This time has passed. Even what we've rated it then and what we think about it now might have changed.
No, this is off the top of the dome.
These are the 5 Godzilla films that mean the most to us.
Oh, I like that.
So sign up to the Patreon if you want to figure out what those are. But I mean, other than that, Destroy All Monsters next week. Join the Discord. Mykah, do you have any last little tidbit footnotes of nursing knowledge to leave with people?
Yeah, keep your eyes covered. Don't want that getting infected. You might have to wear an eye patch for the rest of your days. We don't want that to happen. So, just keep good care of your eyes.
Your medical footnote is keep those eyes covered.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the
Keep his eyes clean.
Taking to the streets, hands over their eyes. Hands over their eyes, don't want to get them hurt.
Don't blink.
I literally think getting an eye patch would be the coolest thing ever. I hope sometime in my life I lose a leg to get a peg leg, or I lose an eye to get an eye patch, because I think that just adds so much to you as a person. I want to lose a limb. I would willingly lose a limb.
I think, we're all in denial that this is the thought that a lot of people have. Oh, dude, being able to wear it, I think we all understand what we mean.
Nurse Mykah, can you pluck out my eyeball right now? I'll pay you.
I mean, you're just begging for the shot to wear an eye patch.
I'll do it.
Go watch some Godzilla.
Go watch some Godzilla, guys. Mike is up. He's gone. All right. Yeah. I'll see you guys for Destroy All Monsters.